Judges 21. The Israelites had taken an oath in Mizpah, saying, "Not one of us will allow his daughter to marry a Benjamite." So the people came to Bethel and sat there before God until evening, weeping loudly and uncontrollably. They said, "Why, O Lord God of Israel, has this happened in Israel? An entire tribe has disappeared from Israel today." The next morning, the people got up early and built an altar there. They offered up burnt sacrifices and tokens of peace. The Israelites said, "Who from all Israel tribes has not assembled before the Lord?" They had made a solemn oath that whoever did not assemble before the Lord at Mizpah must certainly be executed. The Israelites regretted that what had happened to their brother Benjamin. They said, "Today we cut off an entire tribe from Israel. How can we find wives for those who are left? After all, we took an oath in the Lord's name not to give them our daughters as wives." So they asked from all of Israel's tribes, "Who did not assemble before the Lord at Mizpah?" Now it just so happened not one from Jabesh-Gilead had come to gather. When they took the roll call, they noticed none of the inhabitants of Jabesh-Gilead were there. So the assembly sent 12,000 capable men, warriors, against Jabesh-Gilead. They commanded them, "Go and kill with your swords the inhabitants of Jabesh-Gilead, including the women and little children. Do this, exterminate every male as well as every woman who has experienced a man's bed, but spare the lives of any virgins." So they did as instructed. They found among the inhabitants of Jabesh-Gilead 400 young girls who were virgins who had never been intimate with a man in bed. They brought them back to the camp at Shiloh in the land of Canaan. The entire assembly sent messages to the Benjamites at the cliffs of Rimmon and assured them they would not harm them. The Benjamites returned at that time, and the Israelites gave to them the women they had spared from Jabesh-Gilead. But there was not enough to go around. The people regretted what had happened to the Benjamites because the Lord had weakened the Israelite tribes. The leaders of the assembly said, "How can we find wives for those who are left? After all, the Benjamite women have been wiped out. The remnant of Benjamite must be preserved. An entire Israelite tribe should not be wiped out. But we can't allow our daughters to marry them, for the Israelites took an oath, saying, 'Whoever gives a woman to a Benjamite will be destroyed.' However, there is an annual festival to the Lord in Shiloh, which was north of Bethel, east of the main road that goes from Bethel to Shechem, and south of Lebonah. So they commanded the Benjamites, 'Go hide in the vineyards, and keep your eyes open. When you see the daughters of Shiloh come out to dance in celebration, jump out from the vineyards. Take one of you, each one of you, catch yourself a wife from among the daughters of Shiloh, and then go home to the land of Benjamin. When their fathers and brothers come and protest to us, we'll say to them, do us a favor and let them be, for we could not get each one a wife through battle. Don't worry about breaking your oath. You would only be guilty if if you had voluntarily given them wives. The Benjamites did as instructed. They abducted 200 of the dancing girls to be their wives. They went home to their own territory, rebuilt the cities, and settled down. Then the Israelites dispersed from there to their respective tribal and clan territories. Each went from there to his own property. In those days, Israel had no king. Each man did what he considered to be right. Heather, welcome in, friend. Welcome in. All right, so We have the realization that a tribe is basically wiped out, and they've made some promises. When they gathered together, they made promises that none of us will give our daughters to Benjamin. We're going to go wipe them out for what they have done. And not only that, anybody who did not come to fight with us, we'll go wipe them out. Now, this seems kind of strange to us, but this is the way that warfare and things would happen in ancient times. It is pretty common. Nothing out of the ordinary here. It might seem horrible to us, but this would have been a common practice. Wouldn't have been a problem. So they go and they realize there is a city that did not assemble. And again, they are sitting here in the evening, weeping loudly and uncontrollably at Bethel before God. They are moaning about what they did. They brought justice, but they are sad about it. They are bringing sacrifices and offerings, and then they are inquiring who didn't come here, and they figure out that, where's the town here? Jabesh-Gilead did not go. So there's a town that didn't go. There's a promise that they will destroy them if they didn't go. So they go up, but they spare all of the virgins, and there happen to be 400 virgins in there. There are 600 men. They send word to the 600 men. The 600 men come, and now they give them as wives after they go, and they keep their word that if you didn't come with us, we're going to destroy your town. So they go and destroy the town. They make peace with because they don't want the entire tribe to be destroyed. So they bring them out. They give away the 400. Give away. They pass over. They hand over the 400 wives. They're 200 short. Okay, how do we solve this that we are not going to give them wives? Why, we're not even going to capture them ourselves. We're going to let the Benjamites abduct women as wives. I mean, so we have a horrible situation. We have a horrible thing that's a result of the situation. And we have a third horrible thing that happens on top of the situation. So we have compounding things. Now, they're trying to make restoration. And so I get that they're trying to make restoration, but in the process of trying to make restoration, they are doing harm to others. So this is why we get the conclusion at the end, everyone is doing what is right in their own sight. So they know of this festival. They say, hey, just go up, take wives from yourselves. You capture them. They get to be yours. When they come and say, this is unjust, we want justice, we'll defend you and say, hey, we had to take care of this tribe so it wasn't wiped out. This is how it happened. Sorry, you're from Shiloh. Your daughters got captured. You just happened to be close enough and easy enough, and you had a festival, and the timeliness of it, you're just going to be the ones who get taken. And so 200 women are taken, given as wives, and you didn't break your oath by giving away your daughter, so you're not going to be punished for that. Yay? Yay? I mean, that's my consolation prize. My daughter's been abducted, but I won't be killed for breaking my oath. Okay, and it ends there. So part of the whole book of Judges is recounting stories after the time of Moses and Joshua in the land where they aren't fully serving God and the nations come against them. And then within Israel themselves, they degrade themselves to some of the most heinous things that are possible. And that's how the book ends with. Actually, it ends with moments of going before God in worship and praise and sorrow and remorse, but still not having a king, not having justice, doing whatever seems right. Gleeful sheep, you recently heard that discernment isn't seeing between right and wrong. It's between right and what seems right. Yeah, I would say that. You don't need to discern between right and wrong because you should be able to see right and wrong. Discernment is trying to make decisions on certain things. So I think it's a good way to say it. It might always be right and seems right. It might be between two right choices. It can also be discerning between two right choices, between a good choice and the best choice. A good direction and a better direction. So yeah, Gleeful sheep, you're right on. It's not between right and wrong. It's more nuanced than that, and that's where We have. So, yes, they're going to the Lord to discern, should we go up or not? It seems like justice needs to be served, but we're losing. So should we go again? Yes, we should go again. So we're going to God for discernment on there. There they're going directly. Heather, you're recovering from strep, though thought you'd hang. Well, I appreciate you hanging here. I hope you are getting better. Picasso, yes, we just finished Judges. Even doing what they see is right in their own heart is rejection of authority. Also, it is pointing to how the heart of men is darkened and corrupted, perverting us from seeing the world as it truly is. Yeah. The apostles agree with the Council of Jerusalem in Acts 15 that the decree reached seemed right in the Spirit. Yes. I love how they word it, too. It seemed good to the Spirit and to us. It seemed good to the Spirit and to us. Okay, there. So we finished the book of Judges. Ba-da-ba-bum, ba-bum-bum.